This past weekend marks 40 years since Cherrie Mahan, a third grader in the Knock Area School District, got off the school bus about 100 yards from her home and disappeared. Now, thanks to technological advances and the cultural shifts surrounding them, Cherrie's mother, child protection organizations, and law enforcement say they still have hopes of resolving the case. See, at the time of Cherrie's disappearance in 1985, the tool set for these efforts looked very different from today. Mahan's school photo wasn't circulated on social media. It was splashed on milk cartons and displayed on TV shows like Good Morning America. We wouldn't even have systems like Amber Alert until 11 years later. In fact, she was the first ever Have You Seen Me direct mail ad, with her likeness sent out in print in 1985 after President Ronald Reagan urged media to print missing children in this fashion in what he called a mission of mercy. This signaled a changing world for Americans. It was the start of the end of the latchkey era. In the same speech, Reagan said during the 70s and into the 80s, more than 1 million children went missing per year from their homes and neighborhoods. Cases like Cherrie Mahan stuck in people's minds. Child safety expert Patty Fitzgerald says it's in part because of the setting. At least at one time, people believed kidnappings only happened in dark alleyways and so-called inner-city neighborhoods, not Winfield. The period was the origin of the term stranger danger. In the 40 years since, biometric tests like Ancestry DNA, social media platforms, and efforts from groups like Trace Labs and the media have given new hope that cold cases from the stranger danger era, and even before, can be resolved. Luis Armando Albino, a 6-year-old California boy, was abducted in 1951. He was found living last year on the East Coast, 73 years after his disappearance. The discovery was thanks to an Ancestry DNA test, the sort sold at drugstores that have people submit saliva samples to create DNA matches that can track their family history. Alan Nanavati, executive director of the Missing Children Division of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, says these things are really making a difference in helping to find missing children. For Cherrie's mother, Janice McKinney, Facebook and YouTube are essential for reaching out to the Find Cherrie Mahan community. I feel like the tips we're getting are credible, McKinney said of a renewed push for evidence. A new Facebook page, Find Cherrie Mahan, has drawn dozens of submissions in just over a month. And while at least 4 women have come forward claiming or believing to be her, all have been disproved or disappeared before police could vet their claims with genetic testing. Nanavati says, "There's always hope. We never give up."